Hello everyone, welcome to the course Data Structures. This is Thulasi Chitra, Associate Professor, Department of CSIT, MLR Institute of Technology. Let us see the overview of today's course. In the previous session, we have discussed about single linked list insertion operations. In this today's session, we are going to see the implementation part of single linked list insertion operations. What are the operations we have seen already? That is insertion at the beginning of the list. Then we have seen about the insertion at the end of the list. Then insertion after the given element. Then we have seen about insertion a new node before the given element. These are the four operations we have discussed already theoretically. Now we are trying to implement the program on these four operations. Let us open the online C compiler. Already we have done this program in the last session. Save this program. Whenever we want, we can refer this. Okay. For that, just log in. Just log in. It will be asking for Google. Yes, it is already taken my mail ID. Actually, you can select the mail ID and based on that, it will select the mail ID. And you can save your programs in your mail ID, where this is the program which you have already done based on creation and display operations on single linked list. Now, I want to insert some more operations on this. That means I am writing here it as single linked list insertion operations in the same program which we have already did it. Okay. Now, just increase the size of it. Yes. First, what we have done, all this we have no structure node we have created. We have created two functions, create and display. Here, I am going to create another 4 functions which is related to begin, insert, end, insert after and insert before. Right? Try to create the functions. Void insert begin. This is one function. Void insert a new node at the end. Void insert new node at the after the given element. Void insert underscore before the given element. These are the 4 functions which we have included. To display that as a menu list, try to insert those operations in the print function also. The third function which I am going to perform is insert begin, and the fourth one is insert at the end, and the fifth function is insert after, and try to write one more printf statement. Printf, we have fifth override, sixth one is insert before. Insert before. These are the different operations we are going to perform on insertion. After every function, give a new line so that we can see the statements as a menu list. Okay. Now, we need to add those cases also here. That means case 3, insert begin, then case 4, insert end, then case 5, insert underscore before. Then case 6, insert before, then break, and here we need to have insert after. These are the different functions where we have included. At the same time, we need to check the condition until all the cases, insert begin and after and before. These are the two functions we have already written. Now try to write a new function for begin. Void insert begin. This is the function. The first step what we are going to do is we are going to allocate the memory dynamically. Struct node pointer by using malloc function. We are going to allocate the memory. Size of struct node. This is going to allocate the memory. Then we are going to read the data value and the address part. Enter data value. Read it. That means by using scanf we are going to read it. Scanf. Address of n arrow data. Then after reading, assign address part to null. Now we are going to insert at the beginning, so that this is the new node which we have created. That means n arrow next equal to already the node which is having head, that will be connected to this. And at last assign head equal to n. This is one function where we can check insert the node at the beginning of the list. The other one is insert n. We will be verifying all these operations. We will execute and check all these operations. N equal to, here also we are going to allocate the memory. By using malloc function. Then same, read the data value, enter data value and read it by using scanf. And n arrow next, that is address part, we are going to initialize it to null. Now the new node which we have created, that should be inserted at the end. That means already we have a node with the name last. Now last arrow next equal to n. If we have done this, then the node which you have added at the end, that becomes the last node. That is why we need to do the assignment last equal to n. This is another case. And one more operation where we have is insert new node after the given element. For this, again we are going to allocate the memory dynamically. Struct node star malloc of size of struct node. Okay. Again same, read the data value to store the data part and the address part. Enter data value. Then read the data value by using scanf. Address of n arrow data and n arrow next equal to null. After doing this, now we need to search for the key, where we need to insert the new node after the given element. For that, we are going to take one variable called key, enter key value, after which element we need to insert, right? For that, we are going to read the key value, address of key. Okay. When I want to use this, I need to declare this key value also. I am declaring it here, int key value. Okay. Then, now I am going to initialize my temp equal to head, where this temp will be moving in between head and last to traverse through the list, while temp not equal to null. If this is the case, now we are going to check temp arrow data equal to key or not. It will be searching for the key element here. If it found the key value, then you will be coming out of the loop. Otherwise, you will be moving temp equal to temp arrow next. That means you will be moving to the next node and you will be checking that whether temp data is the key value or not. Now, we are going to make the connections. After inserting the new node, now we need to make the connections in between them. The new node which you have referred with n, that is going to be stored with the next value. That means n arrow next equal to, we have seen this in the description, once you can check that video, how we have done the connections. Temp n arrow next equal to temp arrow next, this is one statement, and in temp arrow next we are going to store the n value. Like this way we are going to make the connections and we can insert the new node after the given element. Next, the last function where we can have is insert the new node before the given element. Before, right? Now n equal to, here also we are going to allocate the memory first, malloc of size of struct node. After allocating the memory, now same, you are going to read the data value, enter data value, then read the data value also, address of n arrow data, then the address part we are going to store with null. Most of the statements what we are doing is repeatedly doing, right? Next, here also we are going to read the key value, so that before that key element we need to insert. Enter key value, scanf, we are going to read the key value here. After reading it, now we are going to initialize our temp equal to head. The same steps what we have done in after, the same, most of the steps are repeated. Int key, we need to declare this variable also. Now we need to traverse through the list until temp becomes null, temp not equal to null. This should be repeatedly done. Here you need to check if temp arrow data equal to key. If you reaches the key value, then you will be coming out of the loop. Else, here we are taking one more variable, that is called P1. P1 is going to be assigned with the temp and then temp will be moving to temp arrow next. Next location we are going to move. Okay. Now after coming out of the loop, if the key element is found after coming out of the loop, now we need to make the connections. What are the connections we need to do? First we connect it n arrow next equal to, either I told you we can either directly write the name of the node, already we know that is temp, otherwise we can write it as P1 arrow next also. Next, and P1 arrow next should be stored with n, right, and this is how where we are going to complete all the operations. Now we will check. Before going to check here, we have declared one variable called P1. This should be declared. Directly I am declaring it globally on the structure variables itself here. P1 is going to be declared. Okay, this P1 is declared. Now try to execute this program. Select the language, I am doing it in C, select it, and here we got a few errors, semicolon is missing at line number 20 is here. And for break also semicolon missing. For begin also. Enter data value 64, line number 64. $73. $105. And you have some extra braces that was not removed. Let us remove all those braces. Okay, now I try to execute this program. Yes, this is your menu list. Okay, enter choice 1. Enter some data value, suppose 10 I have entered. Enter choice 1, 20, choice 1, 30, choice 1, 40. Suppose I have created 4 nodes. Now try to display it. What are the 4 nodes we have? 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now enter your choice. Now I want to perform those 4 operations which I have done now. For that, for inserting a node at the beginning of the list, first I am going to enter the choice as 3. Now it is asking for the data value. I want to insert the node before the 10. That means I am giving the value as 5. Yes. Now try to display it by giving choice 2. Now you can able to see here the 5 is displaying at the starting of the node. That means I have inserted a new node at the beginning of the list. Next, enter choice. I am going to give the choices for where I need to insert a new node at the end of the list. Now give the value as something 45. Now try to display it. What is the display statement 2? Now you can able to see 45 is inserted at the end of the list. Now enter choice 6. Choice 6 is you are going to enter the data value is something 25 and I want to insert after 20. 6 choice is before, that's why it is inserting before 20. Okay, and once we will check 5. Yes, the choice is 5. That means this is inserting after, right? I want to insert the element 28 after the key element 20. Okay. Now try to display it. Yes, after 20 I have inserted the element 28. Like this way we can perform all the 4 operations in this, and you can save this program. You can save this program, that is in short we can represent single linked list insertion operations. Okay, save it. It will be saved in your login mail ID. Whenever you want, you can open the online C compiler and you can verify this. Okay. At the end, we have seen the implementation part of the single linked list, all insertion operations. Thank you for listening, and if you have any queries, you can give comments, right. Thank you.